damage. Even though they have 2 melees, they are just so ridiculously scary. So very curious to see how this is going to go. And of course, we're going to get right into the game number 1.
I'm just happy there's no Lucy here as we do get underway. Kroak just leaping into the backlines, trying to get a verse down, and he is managing to do so. But on the other side, it is Sketch getting damaged as this leaping in Mifu.
Yes, and a Petrify came out right before Skulky was able to get the camouflage onto Outcast. So we're going to see him have to reinitiate. But now it's starting to get shoved back, and a huge Sirius ult. Going to be a lot of damage onto Skulky. He had no Frog Leaves. He had no Noxious Lunge. So there's no way for him to get out of there. And now we're starting to see, oh my lord, it was completely stuffed out, but a burst almost got some big damage onto Indalal as Skulky starts to reinitiate.
Sketch is seriously low as they do take the orb, however, on the blue team. And there's the ultimate, but it will hit mostly on Enderlol. As we do see on the other side, we will have Skulky falling.
Yeah, Skulky overcommitting just a little bit there and not going to find enough damage. But Chalt going to get stuck between a laser and a hot place. He is not looking too good and doesn't even seem to matter as he took out Sirius too quick, but a verse with almost a full life bar. This is looking pretty bad for Chalt.
Just doing a 180 there, just seeing how much damage he can do onto Chalt, and that'll be Asher down. Verse will pick up this round, being on full health, but Outcast being MPV for that brilliant laser beam over there at the backlines. Yes,
indeed. So we're going to see Battle Rats come out here round 2. I expect to see pretty standard Battle Rats. Sketch actually not opting for Fleetfoot. I didn't expect that. I expected to see a Fleetfoot come out instead of Ceremonial Spear that round 1. But I expect to see a pretty standard Skewer Battle Rat come out from Sketch. I don't know what he's sitting and thinking. Maybe they're having some group discussion on what to do next. But that was a pretty convincing. Oh, is he gonna go? I don't think he's. Yeah, we should be seeing Skewer. Yeah. Okay, that's what I expected.
So yeah, Ceremonial is Spear. Yeah. Sorry. Just quickly. Maxing out Impale's benefits is probably actually what happened in the olden days when you didn't have that much good healing. So it's good to see it come back a little. Maybe just not trying to rely on Outcast being that healer. As oh my gosh, Kroak is just falling absolutely down. It is down to 41 health.
Yeah, a lot of burst damage came out onto Skulky, but now they're starting to switch the momentum over onto Chalt. A lot of damage, but Sheep being almost completely wasted. And Impale trying to get the reinitiation. Outcast now going in. Lots of AoE damage, and they're going to close out Chalt's life. And it looks like Skulky is coming very soon after with the banana coming in from Outcast. The purple banana of death. Looking like spelling death for red team. Good lord, what a burst combo.
And that will be a very fast round 2 in favor of us. A very odd team there. Kroak falling almost immediately.
Oh yeah, Skulky seemed to overcommit. We saw that happen a little bit last set between Knee-Dog Nation, where he overcommit just a little bit too much, using that Frog Leak to initiate, and then Noxious Lunge quickly after. So essentially exhausted all of his defensive cooldowns, since those are his ways out as they are his way in. So hopefully we'll see a more defensive playstyle come out from Skulky, because it did not pay out in dividends as far as last round went. But now the Camouflage is not able to find something. Going to have to reinitiate.
As we get back underway with round 3, we do see a good Petrify onto Sirius, and that means that he is going to be seriously targeted. But on the other side, red side is just losing health. Not just one hero, but all 3 of them being damaged down.
Yes, and a huge ult coming in from Indalal, getting this down to Chalt, but they did not switch onto him. Instead, they're now going onto Indalal, but quickly jumping out of that wall. You see this huge initiation onto Indalal, but a Petrify coming out, going to have the energy he needed, but Chalt dying in the background as Sketch had Indalal occupied. And now a lot of damage coming out onto Skulky. This is looking once again pretty bad for red team.
I don't think Kroak was the correct pick here. they just unable to really jump onto that back line of Outcast and Verse and try and demolish them. Verse can just run away in that smoke form and or Seeker's Mark. And when you're Seeker's Marked, you can get stunned. So it's like you're just running closer to get stunned.
Yeah, I can definitely seeing that, and as well as they have that Shifu follow-up, so it's just a ton of damage and a ton of incredible setups that just lead into like ridiculous amounts of damage. Of course, the full charge or the max charge Impale doing upwards of 36 damage with 4 weapon charges. Not actually opting for that 4th weapon charge, instead going for the energy gain instead. Completely respectable battle right choice, and now we're going to get immediately into it as Skulky just taking a lot of damage and completely failed his initiation. And
Sketch is just having to leap right back out as Skulky again fails. Good, it's a good stun onto the Shifu, but that will be all picked up by that spear. Yeah, not much in the way there. Oop.
Yeah, now switching targets onto Indolal. They know that Indolal does not have any ways of getting out, so I expect to see an ultimate coming out very shortly. Chalk trying to Molten Fist away, not finding enough space, and Sketch now kind of sitting very low HP. This is looking pretty good for Drama.
Well, we do have a 2v2 situation here as we do get the Renew out. So, and just seeing Sketch on the back lines, just trying to get this good stun. But nope, that will be a leap in by Chol, and he will be headbutted. And Verse is left all alone on this Jumong. Not exactly the best hero to be left in a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, especially not this low as well. Going to be very difficult for him to overcome this Uldur Ashka team yeah, there's no way. So, all in there, Chalt doing a good job of landing that last fireball where it mattered. And Red Team did a much better job of keeping the healer out of the fight and essentially making Sirius useless that round, making him not able to get all that ridiculous amount of burst damage so quickly. So, doing a good job of mitigating that damage, and they actually ended up winning a round because of it.
Yep, Sketch needs to work on his well, he was doing it pretty well in the last 3 rounds before this, but needs to initiate maybe a little less aggressive, almost. I hate to say it like that, but he is considering his next battle right. It should be Bloodthirst, and it will be. Time Travel restores 50% health. That's the reversal. Shot picking up his Everlasting Fire and momentum on Skulky, even though most characters don't use that ultimate.
And we're getting right into the next round. There's a big Petrify coming out onto Sketch, essentially making this burst meaningless, but a lot of damage coordination coming out from Jumong and Shifu, getting a lot of damage tacked onto Indolal as now they're regaining orb control, but a lot of stuns coming out onto Sketch. Sketch looking very low as Skulky looks to pursue for the kill, but instead switching back to Outcast and now dropping Outcast very low, making him use the kills on himself. And a Deceit looking like he wants Outcast. The counter's not going to outlast it. There's Ashka plus the camouflage stun going to be enough to close out Sketch's life.
Orb will be picked up by the red side here as a Verse, and our Time Llama will have to, Outcast will have to figure out a way out of this. It will be just Sirius dying right there, and it looks like Skulky has worked out how to advance in this round, just how to leap in. Also, Child doing so much damage, 606, and high score there.
Yeah, lots of damage and lots of CC coming out from Chalt. To be expected from the Ashka. Ashka being the main range carry here in this team comp. What has to really, unfortunately, kind of relies on the Croak play to set him up for the situations. But now we're starting to see this 1v1 between Skulky and Sketch, but Indolal interrupting the fight just a little bit with that quicksand, doing a lot of damage, and now switching targets immediately to Chalt. Chalt looking very low, and Sketch looking to throw out that ult when he can. This might be big damage on the Skulky, as well as orb control.
Sketch needs to wait until they've used all their escapes before using his ultimate, but oh, it doesn't really help right now as Skulky does fall.
Yeah, and they're looking to close out this round. The Immaterial into Impale going to be a lot of damage onto Chalt, as Chalt now double ults into the older ult, getting a stun onto the Sketch, but Sketch getting a serious ult, queuing up that damage, and going to pursue back onto Chalt. Looking pretty bad. Another ult charge coming out, but a Petrify stop the damage for the meantime, but he's going to go right back in with that Impale, close out his life, switch to Indal, and they're looking to close out this first game fairly quickly.
Well, they do have one last round in the bet needing to be done. It will be 4-2 in favor of the Project Vision. And I have to give a little bit of props to Sketch there, finding his footing right back up, managing to get into this match again.
Yes, but now we already see Sketch just jumping in, but he is playing this evasion take style of Shifu, where he can jump in but not take that much damage. Unfortunately, not going to get hit on that counter, so took a lot of damage from the Ashka. Now there's piling on even more. Sketch looks like he's going to fall very quickly.
Well, that is the focus now, of trying to get Sketch down as fast as possible. They will take up, the blue will take up the orb, meaning that there is quite a lot of fun to be had. Croak leaps out after getting secrets marked.
Yeah, but now we're starting to see blue team having to pay very, very, very patient because Sketch dropped so low and Outcast is not too healthy either. Skulky now jumping to the background, trying to capitalize off of that root, but Skulky looking for a stun, not able to find it, and the Sheeple, gonna be a lot of damage, gonna completely tear through Skulky's HP, knowing he had no escapes. What a reversal for blue team, but an Ashkol now trying to take out a little bit of HP from Sketch. Sketch gonna get healed up from Outcast, and now this is a 3v2 situation, but blue team still leading in HP.
Fun fact there, Skulk had full HP, so he could have escaped using his ult. Jeez.
Not gonna happen though. Instead, Inda getting hit by these these M1, these autos from Jumong, taking a lot of damage, and Sketch is trying to find something onto Ashka, considering Ashka is very low. Instead, switching targets onto Aldur. I like the older. They don't have to target the player that's lower. They just target the player who's more vulnerable. And in this case, Older, so low, so vulnerable, and now so dead. The next round going to blue team. Of course, Project Vision gonna take game number 1.
But this is, of course, a best of 3, so Drama does have their lifeline. They just need to win the next 2 maps instead. But it will be Project Vision 1-0 in the map lead, as we do quickly go back into our second map of Grand Finals. We'll be right back with the next map. We are back with map number 2. My name is Dropper, and this is Ruda Fuda with me on the CoCast. Nailed it.
Would you look at that? Yes, we are here in game number 2. I did not expect to see any team comp changes. We have the dominating team comp come out from Verse, Outcast, and Sketch. Once again, this team comp, it seems that still no one has yet to figure out a way around it.
And we will get right back underway. It is second map here, as we do see some interesting moves here. Skulky actually managing to move in and get some damage on that Verse.
Yeah, Verse being able to heal that back up. A nice in cap coming out to Indolol, but Outcast not able to find the counter. Instead, he only found a ton of damage, now reduced down to 50 HP. Gonna have to try to get some healing back as Skulky uses that Deceit, tries to find something onto a Verse here, but a nice Ashka ult coming out, doing a ton of damage, but it's immediately met with the Sirius ult to counteract that damage.
Charles on seriously low HP, just being healed up by Endolol. He really needed that. As we do see Sketch now on full ultimate, and as well as Endolol to get that positioning back up.
Yeah, Skulky not able to find that Deceit this time, but a complete interruption of that. Shifu was not able to find anything. The counter going to keep him alive just a little bit longer and long enough to get the impale onto Ashka, closing out Chalt's HP. And now they're looking to find Inda and Skulky immediately afterwards.
Oh, Sketch very lucky there, it's dying on 2 HP, but on the other hand, Verse and Sketch, Outcast on the heals and the backline DPS, not really getting that much damage on top of them. Maybe they need to switch targets from Sketch. Or maybe Sketch is just being that bait, just trying to get that damage down on this leaping in and out damage dealer.
That's kind of how Shifu is played. He is this, as I've said multiple times already, evasion tank style. So regardless of if you want to target him or not, it is very, very hard. He's one of the most slipperiest characters. He's the slipperiest, one of the slipperiest characters in the game. Definitely the slipperiest as far as melee goes. But a double in cap coming out, getting Indolol and Schultz both stuck in the back. And Outcast gonna throw out that Petrify, trying to wall them off even longer as we see Sketch go even harder onto Skulky here.
Oh, geez, Sketch with massive something there, just walking into a 1v3 and in-capping too, and then does it again.
Yes, these in-caps are just so good at controlling and maintaining everything. We see the orb control once again going for blue team. Triple ult now available. We see the Sirius ult used immediately. Sketch gonna want to look for a time to use his ult as well. Trying to counter the camouflage, but Skulky being smart, waiting it out, trying to get the impale, but the double ultimate, triple ultimate coming out, the Venom being able to avoid it this time, and Sirius looking very low, but an amazing coverage from Sketch, using the ult right on top of his own Sirius player to relieve the damage from Skulky and end up taking the life as well.
And unless something seriously happens with Endel, this should be the round for the project, as we do see Endolol trying to leap away. No, you're not going to be able to leap away from that Shifu. 2-0.
Not this time. Once again, another convincing round coming out from blue team. This team comp just proves to be so much and just a little bit too much for Drama to handle. I mean, as it has proven in the past to prove to be a lot of trouble for a lot of people.
394 healing from the sunlight and 94 from an astral beam. That's it's 500 healing at round 2 is really strong, surprisingly. It's at least managing to get those two, especially Sketch, when he gets all that damage, he manages to get it all back up.
Yes, and we see the initiation onto Chalt with that Petrify. He was able to teleport right out of there in time for to escape all of the burst damage. But a Verse kind of sitting in the back, took a lot of damage from Skulky, but Skulky trying to initiate onto Sketch here, but Sketch managing to get out and re-maintain that orb control. Looking pretty bleak for blue team as far as that initial fight went, but they've now reset it and looking for a reinitiation. They did get orb control, so they absolutely have the energy advantage.
Sketch very lucky to get out of that situation, as he is now stunned, but Outcast does a laser beam to try and heal Sketch back up and get them away from his damage dealer. And now everything goes to hell as Skulky is got the tornado on him, but he immediately just backs up with a stun.
Yeah, using that reverse time to actually get out of the situation and reset. Got the in cap onto Indel and the stun onto a burst, but there's no follow-up there. Trying to find stun onto a burst. Orbital going to blue team. An immediate Dragon Slayer, but not going to be enough. Skulky jumping on top of Jumong's face, closing out that life, but blue team looking quick to drop here. The series ult not going to be enough, and it looks like Sketch going to drop immediately afterwards. Finally, red team on the board once again.
Drama with their first round versus Project Visions 2. But that being said, that was quite a tight round. I don't know if there was a few misplays here and there. It might have been very different.
Not entirely sure, but we see a lot of the traditional battle rights coming out. Black Arrow spec from Jumong. We see the Impale spec from Shifu, and so we're going to get into this next round. Chalt going to jump out of that Petrified this time, not trying to find any damage there. And it looks like Outcast has a little bit bad positioning. Going to get stunned, going to get rooted. The counter not finding anything, and Skulky going to reinitiate onto him. He has nothing left except for a weaken, trying to avoid some of the damage, finally getting this Lunar Eclipse teleport out. But the Deceit coming immediately afterwards, and a stun as well. A lot of damage and pressure onto Outcast, essentially taking him out of the fight.
As we do have the ultimate, but it will miss because Croak was invisible and camouflaged. And then it will be just a combo of stuns onto Outcast. Outcast really needs to watch where he's going, as he's completely left alone.
Yeah, Outcast looking to find his way back into the fight, and immediately coming in with that ridiculous ult damage. Chalt tried to petrify it, but he was not in range. Shifu getting stunned, Shifu getting petrified as well. And he's trying to find something, but the reverse time going to come in, able to Javelin out of it, get the impale, but not going to be enough. Sketch looking like he's going to fall. Skulky jumping back in, trying to reinitiate, looking for the damage, being weakened. That's going to be 50% decreased damage as they reverse the situation, going back on top of him. Couldn't quite find the read on the ult, and now he's responding with an ult of his own.
The Venom almost took him out, but there was a good heal by Sketch with the sunlight to bring him back up. But you have to be very careful as, oh geez, we do have Avenge going down, and Sketch has to get out of that fire lava. Ashio will fall down now, and it is pretty much up to Skulky, because Angelo, even though he has full HP, he is the Time Llama, so not much in the way of damage there.
Yes, blue team drop in there. Red team has a ton of HP lead here. Looking like pretty much curtains for blue team, so it seems that red team has found the answer to this pretty devastating comp that is serious Jumong Shifu.
No, that is Shifu down, and it should be the Outcast down serious, as we do see a 2-2 draw right now in no particular favor. Geez, Enderlol, 1,100 points. But Skulky finally getting his head back into the game, as we do get all battle rights picked up. Gravity will snare targets by 30%. Bloodthirst will heal now. And ping an enemy will grant you 25 movement speed for 4 seconds on a burst.
Yeah, lots of new battle rights and lots of good stuff, but Shifu getting rooted, getting stunned. It seems like they like to be targeting Sketch a lot whenever he uses up those defensive cooldowns, making him that kind of get rid of him when he can, because of course he has an evasion take. He cannot take a lot of damage, he can only avoid it, but if you get him in a situation where he can no longer avoid it, is his time to be targeted. The counter coming up, avoid the Deceit, but it stands a time. Not going to go off the material coming out just in time. A rain of arrows going to be a lot of damage onto the older in the back line.
Yeah, when just for chat, when I say he's not Time Llama isn't the best damage, it's I'm comparing it mostly to Lucy, who deals so much goddamn damage. But as we do get back underway, we have counters everywhere as Outcast has to leap out. He does have his lightning beam, and it will hit nothing.
Well, it did hit Sketch, which did end up healing him back up to full. not going to be enough to save a verse, however. And red team running a train through this blue team once again. They can't seem to find the same amount of burst damage they saw from the beginning. Skulky gonna Noxious lunge right out of that ultimate, and Outcast looking like he's gonna drop fairly soon. Not gonna take the bait on that counter, and Skulky jumping back in, go close out that life of Sirius. Looking once again good for Drama.
We might be going on map 3. Here we go. 3-2 in favor of the Dramas, with Enderlaw managing to pick up most of the points there. Schultz actually managing to get his good side of attacks, maybe.
Yeah, so here we are in round number 6. As you said, we may actually see a third map. Love to see it. Love to see all the action. Outcast, unfortunately, missing the weapon charge. They are not able to teleport onto the Chalt as they wanted to. Weaken and a lot of damage coming out. Gonna get that prismatic strike to reset that Weaken. A lot of damage, but now he's stuck kind of in a bad situation. Had to jump out of it. Still able to grab the orb control, and once again throwing that Weaken out whenever he can, trying to reduce the damage. But Skulky looking like he wants to reinitiate.
Purifier a little bit wasted there, not able to get any of the heals, but it will be Outcast extremely low. Does have his full beam, and he will try and use it, but it will be mostly countered by an invisible Krog. And on the other end, Sketch will fall.
A lot of damage once again coming out from blue team. They're doing such a phenomenal job of avoiding this pressure that we saw blue team Project Vision exhibit for the majority of the first map. Of Verse gonna drop that round, knowing that his fate is imminent. And now we're going on to a possible round point, or game point, map point, I should say, for Drama.
And it will be 3 rounds to win for Averse, Outcast, and Sketch. They do need the 3, and Chalt, Ender, and Scully only need the 1 as we get underway.
Yes, but keep in mind that if Drama does take this round, they will have to take another game afterwards, considering they are down 1-0 to Project Vision currently. Averse in the front line, taking a lot of damage from Chalt, but Outcast trying to find his mark onto Enderlaw, not able to find much of anything this time. Gonna get caught by the stun, as well as the Skulky Frog Leap. Outcast being taken very low, has to reset, has to find some healing, and not able to find the Weaken onto Chalt. He's gonna take some full damage, but avoiding that stun.
Outcast just wondering how to get out of this situation with this Croak. He's just constantly being harassed by him on the backlines.
Yeah, Outcast doesn't have much to deal with. Skulky using that Toxin Blade, getting a ton of damage, able to throw the ult to get the orb and heal just a little bit, but Averse getting low, having to pop that the Seeker's Mark, got a little bit of heal out of it, and Skulky looking very low, has a teleport, nice lunar teleport there to avoid the damage of the Venom Explosion. And now we're starting to see red team pull just slightly farther ahead, but blue team has more resources, and instead, red team grabbing the orb, Ashka getting the ult, and that looks like Sketch is going to be dropping first.
But we do have a Verse with his full ultimate. Never mind. A very, very sad Sketch. Outcast. Calling to GG. Map didn't matter. As we go 5-2. And it will be a 1-1 draw for this grand final. We are going to map 3, which is bad because I need lunch. Oh.
Regardless of whether or not the caster's break is delayed, we are going to have the exciting rounds that are these top players. And I expected nothing less from these guys, man. They are phenomenal players. They are phenomenal people as well. But you have to always expect a round 9 situation, game 3 situation, because these guys are just, they scrimmage a lot, they play a lot, and they know these comps pretty much better than anybody. So you expect to see these round 9 close game situations, and that's what we're having right now. We're going to go into a third map, and I don't expect to see any change in team comp.
We will go back to a short break, and when we come back, we will have map 3 versus we have Project Vision versus Drama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third map, the final map of this qualifier. The winner here will go into the eight-team tournament later this year. As we are underway, we will have our good friend Ruda Fuvda on my side, as I will also be your co-caster. My name is Dropper.
And I am Rufa Dingo. Whatever the assortment of names that I've received today. Regardless of what it is, yes, Ruda Fuda, and we are here. Grand Finals, very exciting times. We've had just so much adaptation come from both teams. We had an incredibly convincing game number 1, which was followed by a very convincing start of game number 2, but instead, red team, which is Drama, brought it all the way back and ended up winning the game instead. So lots of versatility, lots of adaptation, which is exactly to be expected from these top players. So here we are in game number 3, and fairly similar starts as Skulky jumping into the back line, trying to find something onto Outcast. Which seems to be the common strategy now, is to target Outcast.
Well, as we are underway, Skulky is actually managing to leap in quite well for once, and managing to get this damage. He's not being tough, not when he pops out of these Endirs, he's actually not getting focused.
Yeah, Versus sitting in the back line trying to find damage out, but Skulky is just emitting so much pressure, able to get this done onto Shifu and closing him out very, very quickly. Beautiful burst coming out from red team, but it looks like blue team has the response. Project Vision trying to close out Skulky's life. The Petrify is not going to be enough, and it appears he was able to get away using that camouflage, and a burst is going to fall quickly after a huge round 1 coming from Drama.
Just having a look at Outcast absolutely getting demolished, and that will be Charles getting his day there. But oh no, actually Skulky managing to get his face in the MVP. Just Skulky managing to just bounce around, I guess. He's I don't know what to say about it. He's actually managing to get hit for once.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an MVP by much of a margin. It was kind of a contribution from all players in the team. That's kind of how their team comp works. That every player relies on the other in order to set up all this damage, because individually they can't do much. But now you can see Skulky getting all this pressure on Averse. Averse has no cooldowns and no energy, so was not able to get out of that situation. Outcast once again wasted another counter as Sketch kind of sits in the back line trying to get damage onto Indalol, but he could not find much.
So just quickly having a look at how Skulky is doing. He's just managing to hide around these walls, and I think the map pick maybe benefiting him is a pretty wide map. Of course, we are on Blackstone Arena Day. And
yeah,
oh jeez.
Skulky got a ton of damage onto Sketch, as well as Indalol. Indalol and Sketch are doing a phenomenal job of just maintaining Shifu in the back line, not letting him do anything. They take him out, quickly taking Outcast afterwards, and now Averse looking like the third duck sitting in a line. Very, very high damage output coming from Drama. Once again, these guys, there's always one pivotal moment. And right there in that moment was Shifu in the back line throwing out that ult, completely negated the ult and did a ridiculous amount of damage. Controlled him, got rid of him, and then quickly switched targets to Outcast and just closed out that game, or that round at least.
Oh, good. Just having a look at the nice little fight here. Indalol actually managing to get the top protection during that fight as we go back underway. Just trying to find a way for Outcast to not get so focused.
Yeah, we see now Sketch getting put into the back line, trying to find damage, but Indalol immediately petrifying him to take him out of the fight, and Averse dropping fairly low. Outcast now have to blow all of his heals to get him back up. Instead, actually ended up missing a few of his heals, but the ultimate trying to find damage onto Skulky. Skulky quickly jumping out. And now Skulky actually ended up taking a ton of damage, looking pretty low as Shifu gets almost an entire ult on Chalt, but managing to get the Molten Fist to relieve some of that pressure.
And that will be Chalt in between both Sketch and Outcast, looking desperately for an out, but he will be then taken out by a Verse after leaping out from the two fighters. And then it will be Croak next if he can... Oh, good reverse time, meaning... Never mind, reverse time right into Stretch's open fist.
Yeah, he went right on top of Sketch, but Sketch using that immaterial to avoid the stun and then quickly impale to reverse the situation, got the kill, and now finally, Project Vision on the board.
This is a very important round for them. They needed that first round to just break the streak, I guess, and get their minds back into gear. Try and work out how to get rid of this Croak, or maybe get Chalt first.
Yeah, of course, momentum being such a huge part of competitive play. Your mindset needs to be there, and Red Team has been doing a pretty good job of just maintaining the momentum, but finally Blue Team peeking their head into winning a few rounds, and now we're starting to see a little bit more patient play coming from Blue Team. I'd like to see them revert back to their orb control style of play instead of just going over aggressive for the kills.
And the blue side will take up the orb project, managing to grab it up as we do see a very, very mispositioned Croak, and then leaps right back in trying to get for Outcast, but then goes specifically to speed.
Yeah, nice in cap coming out on the Chalt in the back line. Lots of damage in the serious ult. Gonna actually end up taking out Ashka. Lots of HP being disintegrated very, very quickly. The time emitter gonna do enough to stall out Indalal just for a little bit, but a huge combo from Adverse. Of course, the auto Black Arrow auto combo just dealing upwards of 45 damage, and the ult just going to disintegrate right through this Drama's defenses. Very, very convincing round from Project Vision.
It is 2-2 here, and this is final map, so it will be going to a best of 5 instead, from the looks of it. Of 5 rounds, that is.
Yes, indeed. So this will be the end of a best of 5, but of course they are best of 9 rounds, best of 3 games. So have at least 3 more rounds of excitement for you guys. So stay tuned for that, and immediately starting back into the next round. We have this poke style out in the beginning, but once you have the initiation, which is right here, Skulky trying to reverse it with the camouflage stun. Of course, not finding a whole lot. Going to use that immaterial very quickly to avoid some of the damage, and switching very quickly back onto Skulky, and he's looking about half HP now.
Just having a look at Sketch trying to get the ulti orb, but then getting absolutely pummeled. But then Chalt, on the other hand, is getting focused so well.
Tried to get the trap on to get a little bit of extra damage, and looking in the back of Verse, throwing out these M1s, trying to find some damage. Chalt starting to fall just a little bit lower. The orb is now in play. Verse doing a good job of using that M2 to snipe it up to get that 28 damage. And the Immaterial Seeker's Mark on 2, not finding the attack on afterwards, but an ultimate landing on just Sirius. He's gonna just tank the damage. He had nothing to get out of it. Reversing it back onto Chalt. Chalt taking a lot of damage from Sketch in the back line, and a beautiful ult getting Skulky out of there, and a camouflage avoiding death. But now we see a chase from Sketch, and Averse gonna close out Skulky's life. This is looking like a pretty convincing win from Project Vision.
It's not over till the bell sings, and it's not really a fat lady in this game. But though then again, Ashka has fallen, and Endalol is going to be a very sad old dear. The Time Llama falling down, just absolutely wrecked.
Yes, indeed. Blue Team seems to find their groove once again. Averse in the back line just hits so much damage without targeting the Jumong. It's really easy for him to sit in the back, throw out those M1s, because he actually has the highest damaging as well as the highest range auto attacks in the game. So just going to be able to dish out so much damage without having to overcommit whatsoever.
And it will give Project the advantage as we go into this round 6. Sketch just being ultra aggressive, trying to push into this Chalt.
Yeah, but they were able to find a lot of damage double stun. Skulky, of course, getting the camouflage into the stun from Chalt, and a beautiful serious ult, able to find Indalal in the back line, as well as healing up Shifu just a little bit. Ultimate now for Shifu. I think he's going to look for a camouflage into the ult. Not able to find it yet, but Skulky exhausting all of his resources, and an Ash ult actually going to end up stopping Shifu ult too early, and Outcast looking very low, able to teleport out of there, but being quickly chased down by Chalt and Indalal on the back line. But this is still not out of it, as Shifu trying to find the ult onto Chalt. Chalt not taking a lot of damage, putting himself into the corner, using this flame barrier, and Croak gonna fall in the back line to Averse on the left side, and this is actually a 2v2 situation. A lot of damage coming to Chalt to Petrify, saving him for the meantime. Indalal taking the opportunity to heal up just a little bit, but here comes some potential damage. No, okay, we're setting the situation, and now we're gonna see what comes out of it as Sketch snipes the orb from the back line.
Oh geez, the Chronoflux Orb pushing Jumong out to very close to firing range on the red side.
Yeah, Averse trying to find the damage onto Chalt. You can see them targeting him. They don't want to overcommit onto Indalal, as the orb is now back up. The Dragon Slayer was used from Averse. I think it was actually absorbed. Not much coming out of it. Chalt looking pretty healthy as far as everyone goes. Blue team starting to fall back behind just a little bit, but they're able to collect some orbs, get some of that HP back, and they have some potential to close out this round. They have to be aware of that time bender, but Indalal is just falling victim to so many of these autos, and he's now sitting at almost 20 HP.
And that will be the second orb during the standoff, as we do enter Sun Death for blue. And dear, suddenly the spear.
This man threw the spear from Kenya, from Africa, way far away, got the damage, and unfortunately Chalt is going to teleport into the death zone, trying to ult to find some damage. Not going to be enough. The Purifier keeping him alive for a meantime, but unfortunately for him, Sketch going to use that impale, close out the round, and now they are one round away from securing this tournament.
Tournament point here. Oh, jeez. Drama, they need 3 in a row. Everlasting Fire, momentum, reversal. That reversal might have been a useful spell as we do get underway.
Yeah, we see Sketch trying to chase back Skulky in the back line, not able to find much of anything to respond. Indalal now kind of looking pretty tasty. The time meter has been used up, did not reset his teleport, but instead they're going to switch over to Chalt. Chalt looking very low in the back line. He's trying to get away. They're now pushed all the way back into their base. Beautiful control from blue team, closing out Ashka's life very early. Averse now switching targets onto Indal. This is looking very grim for red team. They need to do something, but instead an impale going to close out Indalal's life, and this is looking phenomenal for Project Vision. Just have to close out what is left of Skulky. They're playing patient, grabbing the orb control, but a 3-man ult from Skulky.
Oh. We do already have the GG, but Skulky could maybe if he does an in-cap and then goes into the damage. The biggest question here is did Averse, Sketch, and Outcast know if they went ultra aggressive they'd get all those kills? I think they were just trying to throw the round and try and get as much damage as possible. But it actually paid off. 5-2, and that means that Project the Project will go to the Grand, will finish, and we qualify for the Battlerite Community Series Season 1.
Phenomenal work from all the players who participated today. Project Vision closing out the tournament with their phenomenal synergy and their ridiculous team comp. So good job to them, and it was a fine pleasure getting to watch and commentate all of their matches. So thank you guys for having me.
It's always good to have you. As always, you can check out this Battlerite Community Series at the website bresport.com, and of course on the Twitch, which is Battlerite Esports. We also want to give a big shout out to our good friend El Diablo, who was your cameraman for today, as well as another good shout out to my good friend here, Rufa Doofa? No. Well, let's not do it. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Ruda Fuda. as well as at rudafuda.tv and animura.tv. Any of those things will work, but I'm most active on Twitter, so drop me a follow there, and you'll see when I go live. I cast Super Smash, Pokken, and of course Battlerite.
Sweet. And of course, my name has been Dropbear at Corrupt Dropbear, and we will be seeing you next time for qualifiers number 5. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.